Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right?
We've got some great categories tonight, including athletes.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Season's COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Lil Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons look alike to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like you came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through, no one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.
Political Twitter is in shambles. The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus? The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus? Ooh,
that's
I was
good.
Just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host at Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this is a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat, Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
We got Sonny Johnson in the house. Sonny, what up? Shout out Sonny Johnson in the chat. Rudy the Vet Russo is in there. Heather Harnett as well. Strong Dad Steph. What Jonah say? I sent HJ the clip of Canadian Health talking about epidemic surveillance. Wait, what? Is this new, Jonah? Oh, let me make sure I got it real fast. Oh, snap. All right, hold on. Let me add it to the program, Jonah. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to add it to the program. We're going to dive into that. Pause. All right. Bing bong. It says leaked video of unelected public officials. Enhanced surveillance. Farm quarantining. Oh boy. So I guess the first pandemic was a test run, and now they on a new level. I'm on a new level. Montoya, what up? Don Day, Kelson, Jay Pylon. Real quick, one of our constituents of Hotepistan had her brother murdered a few weeks back, and she called in. We spoke to her. Some of you may remember that episode. I don't want to give too many details because I don't know how much I'm supposed to divulge or allowed to divulge of other people's business, but I will say they caught the guy. And I'll leave it at that. So some good news on that front. As far as the other details, I'll leave up to her to explain in detail. But at least they caught the guy. But what does that mean when you lost your brother? So RIP to the homie. Real quick, before we get into what we got to get into, R.I.P. a legend, Bill Walton. Blessings to Bill Walton. Dead at 71. Now, you know what's weird is, yesterday was not a good day for me at all. I had one of my homies hit me up out the blue, basically said his wife is in the hospital with cardiac arrest, pretty much unresponsive. People have called her name and she squeezed her hand when they hold her hand. Paramedics arrived on the scene, performed CPR, revived her, but she's pretty much unconscious now. And you know, the one thing I'll say is y'all better stop drinking them Celsius drinks. I think them shits is fucking. Didn't y'all hear stories about them Celsius drinks? I think she had like some White Claw that night, but she is a vaxxed individual, so we're praying for her. Put the prayers up in the air for my homie wife. I went to the hospital last night to go check on him. And yeah, it's just, you know, being surrounded by death is not cool these days. So I'm glad Jonah provided that pandemic response, but yeah, sad. They got a daughter, a little girl, 6 years old. In fact, he was at HotepCon. My homie, who this is, he was not HotepCon. He was at the Grifties. He came through the Grifties. Some of y'all met him. So his wife right now is on the ventilator and unresponsive. So I'm gonna call in and check on him later. But really, really wonderful woman, wonderful wife and mother. So, you know, praying that she pulls through, because, you know, who wants to, you know, have their wife and, you know, leave behind a daughter at such a young age? I mean, we're talking like, you know, 36 years old. Makes me so angry, too, because at her job, the vax was mandated, and it just makes me so angry that they pulled this shit out and then jobs mandated it, and it really makes me angry. Really, really makes me angry. So if I'm not myself today, I'm just going through a lot. But prayers up for the homie, and hopefully she pulls through. Anyway, let's get to Mike Bell says, my mom took the jab and now she has breast cancer. Prayers up for the moms. Alhamdulillah. Rough. Anyway, let's begin the show, starting off with the Men of Order moment of the day. Now, it's been a very grifty weekend. Very, very grifty weekend. Tim Cass had the honor of interviewing Mr. 45, about to be 47 if they don't lock him up. Donald Jerome Trump. And the Quarterin says, damn it, Tim Cass, at least put that suit back on for Trump. Great guy, though. I think he's talking about the suit he had on at Mar-a-Lago. And then we have another individual here. Says, dude couldn't even put on a suit and take the beanie off to do an interview with President Trump. Guys, if you want people in real life to take you serious, please don't follow this guy's lead. Now, this is a Men of Order moment of the day. Huge lesson that need to be dealt with here. First of all, it's gay to police another man's wardrobe.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
I need y'all to stop being gay. Okay, that's first of all. Second of all, this is Tim Pool we talking about here, okay? Tim Pool, the god of YouTube, okay? The god of politics Twitter. And Tim Pool takes his beanie off for no one. That's what a real man shows up and says, just because I'm doing this interview with the President of the United States doesn't mean I'm going to change who I am. Okay? Shout out to Tim Pool for being a real man.
Hotep.
Okay? This concept of put on the monkey suit, we've talked about it numerous times, reeks of respectability politics. This is respectability politics. This is Puritanism. This is the same culture, according to Thaddeus Russell, that has stripped white men of their ability to dance. Because they said, sit up proper. Don't cross your legs when you dance. Dress like this. Don't dress like that. Pure respectability politics. And if I had to call a spade, it sounds like liberalism to me. It sounds like leftism to me. It sounds like socialism, communism to me. Sounds like classical liberalism to me. But of all the things we could have talked about, they policing another man's wardrobe. Jeremy, this is the second time you've made the show. It might be time to get Jeremy back on here. I think Jeremy, the quartering, I think he needs some counseling. I got to talk to him. I got to talk him off the ledge. But Jeremy, we need you to do better, bro. We need you to do better. This is a lot of things. There's infinite amount of things to tweet about. And y'all worried about Tim Pool and his beanie? That man ain't taking off his beanie for nobody. And shout out to him for standing on his ground. Men of order, man of the day. I never thought I'd say this, but Tim Pool. Anyway, time to move on to everyone's favorite segment, Grifter of the Day. So, this past weekend, we had the Libertarian convention. I reached out to Maj to get word. I have not heard back. Maybe he changed his phone number. But I reached out to Maj to get some commentary, but did not receive any word back. And it seemed to be a hell of a palooza. They had Trump in the building. Some people enjoyed his presence. Some people didn't. Shout out to Nerd Nash.
Hotep.
Nerd Nash in the house. Some people appreciated Trump's presence. Some didn't. But apparently, along with the Libertarian convention, was the selection of their nomination. Now, I got to tell you, it's looking a little spooky for the Libertarians. That's why I wanted to reach out to Maj and get official word. Because some people are saying this is a smear campaign of sorts. But here we go. So here he is here, masked up. Right? Hold on. Let me put this on your screen bigger. There he is, masked up. Got the rainbow flag on his shirt. Here we got a tweet. Seems Georgia is poised to become another state which finds trans kids playing school sports to be important enough to rise to the need for legislation. It's targeting a small community for political points. It's a shame and will harm the small number of trans athletes. Now I was rocking with him to that last line. I'm like, wait, so you support the T athletes? Another tweet here, he says, happy that kids with cancer and others can get the health care they need. I'm disappointed that legislators decided to limit therapies and care specifically trans and non-binary. It's a little suspect. I gotta be honest with you. So far, this dude seems a little bit suspect. Says here, the best way to export liberty is with an open border. Let money and people and goods move freely and let markets and people flourish. Border control in its current form is central planning that doesn't work. Okay, so this is Chase Oliver, who won the Libertarian Party nomination. And I wanna give him a fair shot, right? Like I wanna just find an out for him. You know me, I try to be objective at all times. This is really difficult, though. You know, the only thing I can fall back on is Libertarian sometimes is synonymous with anarchist and like anti-statist. So any state involvement, for the most part, they're not gonna like, right? And as you guys know, I'm like an extreme fascist, so I don't deal in the whole the state should not exist, etc., etc. That I just don't. I don't subscribe to that anymore. For I entertained it for a year or two, maybe. I really loved what I was reading, and then as we started to form Hotepistan and the tenets of Hotepistan, I became more and more fascist and more dictatorial. And, really beginning to love the concept of government. Now, there are some things we need to do about the people running government and how we choose and select them. Maybe it's term limits. Maybe it's removing money from politics. I don't know what it's going to take, but it's definitely something flawed about the system of a republic. It's been flawed for some time now. It's been flawed since Rome moved away from emperor and moved towards Senate. Very, very flawed. But I could not see. I definitely would not want to see a Libertarian Party where this guy is the head. If this stuff is true, if this guy is in fact, that lenient or tolerant of the T people, there's only one place to send them. It's only one place to send them. Chat, you know where we're going to send them? You know where we're going to send them, chat? We're going to send them down to the D. Wade School.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
We're going to send this cat to go hang out with D. Wade and his daughter, formerly his son. Let's look at the tape.
Welcome to Translatable. I'm Dwayne. Welcome to Translatable.
Translatable? Wait, that's the name of the place? Oh, shit. Translatable. Oh, nah. Is this real? This AI? Is this AI? Is this real, y'all? I know he ain't just say the name of this place is Translatable. Let's give him a fair shot. Let's hear him out.
I'm Dwayne Wade.
And I'm Zaya Wade. And yeah, welcome to Translatable. Translatable aims to serve as a
They done said this shit 3 times. I can't make it through this video. I'm not gonna make it through this video. They done said Translatable 3 times already, chat. What am I supposed to do with this? Where's my napkin? Hey, chat. What is translatable? Wrong answers only. Corey yells, that little boy voice jumping in and out. Ha ha! Listen, kids is off limits, man. Kids is off limits, but damn, y'all niggas is funny. Lauren said his balls want to drop so bad. Come on, Lauren, behave yourself.
as a community safe space for youth to express themselves through a number of creative outlets. Here at Translatable, we focus on communities of color, center the most.
Whoa, wait, whoa. Communities of what? Communities of what? How many nigga trans kids is it in this fucking country, man? Y'all gonna piss me off today. He said, when you BTC it to fiat. Langley, demon shit, says Strong Dad. Community hell space. when you hold your stomach with that look on your face. Oh my God. Why us? Why they including us with this shit? See, they ought to let them cook. They're like, hey, man, you know, y'all want to do whatever with the T people. But now y'all didn't involve the POC. Now the Hoteps got a word to say. Where is Dr. Umar? Where is Tariq Nasheed? Where are the gatekeepers? We need the black community needs better gatekeepers. We gotta gatekeep shit. It's like, it's fine y'all want to support D Wade and his child. Okay, that's cool. That's an individual case. It's fine y'all want to support the T community. That's fine. Has nothing to do with us. But now you're directly targeting, because if this is a thing, this is an ad. What we're looking at here is called marketing materials. This is a promo ad. So you're promoting this to the POC community, AKA the black community. Okay? And that term POC is to sort of, you know, make it so that, you know, because if they would have said, oh, for the black community, it might have got a little pushback. So it eases us, you know? It adds a little bit of lube. Pause. Why us? Why us? Does Wade got some Diddy tapes in the cut we don't know about, and that's why he look like he been held hostage, yo. D Wade, blink, man. Just blink twice, man, if you need some help, bro.
Marginalized and emphasize the importance of parents and family.
Translatable is also a resource hub for parents, families, and support system of the LGBTQIA+ youth.
Hey. You know what this resource hub needs? You know what this resource hub needs, chat? Every man in this community needs some damn Apex testosterone support. Get it now, 30% off. I think you can still get it 40% off with coupon code HONOR. I don't think I changed the date on it. But the men in this community, y'all gonna need some Apex, man. Y'all gonna need to tighten the fuck up, bro. Hotep Daxter said, HJ, we don't need to see any more of this. If I gotta see it, you gotta see it. I questioned putting this in today's program. But after I found the next piece, then I said, all right, we definitely got to talk about this. I got to warn my community. Yeah, we not finna fast forward to the future. And they say, well, what did the Hoteps say? What did Hotep Jesus say when all this stuff was going on? I want it to be clear where we stood in the history books.
For our family, we were blessed to have a community of supporters and knowledgeable experts.
We're going to talk about them supporters in a minute.
Who could swiftly arm us with the tools we needed to support Zaya in her journey. We recognize the lack of digestible and relatable information available to youth and families, especially communities of color. And to this day, we are still learning. I'm so very proud of the daughter that I've had the opportunity to raise. She has been my biggest educator and inspiration of what it means to be true to you. That's why
they got the porn music in the background. Pause. Y'all hear the porn music in the background?
So important to
this video was filthy.
Create a collaborative space for the community to participate in the conversation and express themselves freely.
Now let's have some fun. Over the next few months, we'll be rolling out content, resource guides, and interactive features where we can hear from you.
We want to emphasize that the learning never stops. You can expect to see ever evolving content and resources to keep you up to date on Translatable.
So make sure to sign up for email updates. We're just getting started.
Sign up for email updates. Look at him pointing. Don't point at me, nigga. Don't point at me, nigga. Where is Bryson Gray when you need him? Where's the Demon Slayer when you need him? Spotlight says something wrong with the Wades. I don't know what's going on, but that's nasty work. So now the next piece of evidence comes into play that makes all of this begin to make sense. We have an account here, Lufax IGB. Lufax says, Dwayne Wade, one of my favorite players of all time. I don't get in people's family business, but is it normal to have a white male nanny in black families to watch your children? Chat. Shout out Hotep Daxter. Salute HJ. Will Shaka be Minister of Education and Culture in Hotepistan? He's definitely going to have some educational post in Hotepistan. Absolutely. Haram Life took the words right out of my mouth. Pause. Male nannies are a no-go. You get a butler. That's about it. But as far as taking care of the kids, this is spooky. This is spooky. A white male nanny? I didn't even know such a thing existed. But it's given Holly weird. You know, that's the vibe I'm getting from this. It's giving me vibes of Holly weird. That's what I'm getting from this. A male nanny is an oxymoron? Yeah. But if you've had this, if you're a male and you've decided to become a nanny, you suspect. You are a suspect. What man goes, you know what I want to be when I grow up? A nanny. A nanny to celebrity kids. It sounds like an op to me.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
It sounds like grooming to me. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. But that's what it, from the outside looking in. It looking like a groomer. He said that the male, that's the handler. Right. That's what I was thinking. It looked like a handler. Call that nigga Mrs. Doubtfire. At least Mrs. Doubtfire was their actual dad. Mrs. Doubtfire was their dad. You know, and the mom hired a woman. At least she thought. A white male nanny. You couldn't even get a black nigga. You know how they got those videos of all these white celebrities, they go to Africa and they, pick some kids out of a field and adopt them. That's the vibes I'm getting from this. What they saying over on Rumble? What the chat said on Rumble? When the wives make the choice, no hot nannies. I mean, I can understand not having a hot nanny, but I definitely looking for some, here's my requisites for nanny, okay? My requisites for nanny are female, 40 plus, trilingual or bilingual, preferably somebody Latina. So, my kids can speak more than one language. A really good cook. And, some of the other basic requirements, right? But those are like my top ass, right? I wouldn't even mind getting an African woman and teaching my kids, some native, African language, Yoruba or Swahili or Creole for my Haitians. I even accept that. You know what I'm saying? But a white man to raise my black son? It's giving handler vibes. It's giving Hollywood vibes. That's all I'm saying. And it's really spooky, Anyway, let's go to our grifter of the day. Robert De Niro? Charlie Quirk says the Democrats parade a washed-up actor, Robert De Niro, outside Trump's trial. A man who has spewed vile and pejorative-filled poison at Trump multiple times. And now he's upset Trump supporters are shouting at him in protest. De Niro is an unhinged... That's bad grammar there. You got to tell your interns to fix their grammar. Anytime the next word starts with a vowel or a vowel sound, it's A-N, not A. A is for consonants. A-N is for vowels. So tell your intern to step their grammar up. Let's go to the clip.
Thank you. I mean, this is really, even these people over here are it's kind of crazy.
Crazy? Them people yelling in the background, you know what that sound like to me? New York.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Sound like a regular day in New York to me. You not familiar with the sounds of New York, Robert De Niro?
It's really crazy, and this thing, Donald Trump, has created this. He should be telling them not to.
Yeah, what? I know they got some blackmail on this cat. What they got on Robert De Niro? I seen somebody say he was trafficking kids in '98 and some other shit. Did the mob finally get him? What's going on here?
To do this, but he's just he wants to so total.
Now, Chad, did he get the other call, or is this blackmail, or did he get the call on the other side? And the best they could do is Robert De Niro. Rob gonna fuck up all his movies for me, man. Now I'm just gonna see this old fart with TDS. Rob, yo, don't mess up the movies for me, man.
He wants to sow total chaos, which he's succeeding in some areas and places.
Jonah said De Niro is military intelligence. Oh shit.
Just to do. Anyway, beside all that, this is my neighborhood, downtown New York City. I grew up here and feel at home in these streets. I feel comfortable.
Like his whole speech is a direct contradiction to how he began. He said, "Do you hear this? Do you hear these people in the background?" And then he says, "I grew up here." And what was his exact words?
And feel at home in these streets.
And feel at home in these streets. When you first stepped to the podium, you didn't look like you was at home in these streets, Rob. What the hell got into your panties? Fox News got a clip. Let's check it out.
Want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, "I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life"? I hope this new ad campaign reaches outside the bubble to remind supporters of what
he's acting. They paid him to be there. Yeah, you're probably right.
The danger he is to our lives. This is not a threat. This is a reality. And that's why I've joined the Biden-Harris campaign, because the only way to preserve our freedoms and hold on to our humanity is to vote for Joe Biden for president. Really. We don't have a choice. On January 6th, while
we don't have a choice.
Republican lawmakers despicably tried to keep the loser Trump in the White House want to live in.
What changes in our country now that Robert De Niro is backing Biden? Is somebody going to be like, "Oh, you know, I was on the fence, but now that Robert De Niro is backing Biden," and he makes all these claims about how bad Trump is, and all I can do is look at my bank account and see how much less money I would have had than I would have had with Trump in there. I'm a one-issue voter. Show me what you gonna do for my pockets, okay? What can you do for my pockets? And Biden has proven he can't do anything for my pockets other than take from them. Robert De Niro is grifter of the day. I am utterly, utterly disgusted by his actions. Here we see him going back and forth with somebody.
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters. You're washed up.
How you gonna call somebody a gangster? You played a gangster your whole life.
Democrats, you are gangsters. You are gangsters.
He played a gangster his whole life. He don't know how to recognize a real gangster.
Washed up. Fuck you. You're a little punk. You're a softie. You're a nobody. Your movies suck. You're trash. You're trash. You're done. You're done after this, my guy. You're done.
Democrats. Yo, New York is different. The last place you want to try something funky is New York, because somebody's going to say something to you. Can I play that one more time? That guy is hilarious.
You fucking Niro. You're a little punk. You're a softie. You're a nobody. Your movies suck.
Your movies suck. Niggas will lie just to insult you. There's no way you can say De Niro's movies suck. But the point is still made. It's still made.
You're trash. You're trash. You're done. You're done after this, my guy. You're done.
You're done after this, my guy. In pure New York fashion, they got him up out of here. Today's goal is $50. We're going to put that towards Robert De Niro's TDS medication, also known as Apex. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. You know who else has lost it? LawTube is scrambling right now. LawTube is in shambles. The one place I would figure, well, we should have known, LawTube would have law troubles, right? That should have been predicted into the simulation. But LawTube is scrambling. Let's take a look.
If I were him, my suggestion, Nick, is shut the fuck up, get off of Twitter, get off of the internet, get off of locals, go over there and start talking about a plea deal. You're going to get a lot further than arguing with a bunch of people in dude, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Nick just literally, he said, I'm not saying anything else. Talk to me in DMs. And then he drops fucking three DMs after that. No, sorry, 3 group messages after that, stating facts that can be used against him in court. Nick is making statements about the guns and where they are and what they were doing. And he's making these statements in a fucking group DM. This guy is retarded. This guy is retarded. He's a fucking idiot right now.
And right now. You see him tighten that up. He didn't want to offend the homie too bad.
This guy is retarded. He's a fucking idiot right now. And I can tell you right now, I'm much nicer than a lot of these motherfuckers in here, because a lot of the people in this group text are fucking clout goblins. I'm going to say that. They're going to fucking take advantage of this.
I just don't know how you an attorney in the middle of a law debacle and you don't know to shut up. You talking about your case? I mean, even I know not to say nothing. He's just infiltration on fast forward, says Fresh Mike. Who's infiltration? So Nick Rekieta, I'm just going to have to say he's probably definitely on drugs. If I had to take a guess here, because if you are a part of LawTube, and you practice law or have practiced law, or got a degree in law, or however that goes, and you got a pending case, and you're talking about your case and sharing details about your case publicly or privately, you probably on drugs.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Because nobody's brain should be that scrambled. Even my ass knows better. Like, what are we doing here? Moving right along. Alfonso Ribeiro now. Alfonso Ribeiro came out and basically said because he played the role of Carlton, he can't get a job. Hollywood won't hire him. So somebody tweeted him and said, Tyler Perry needs to revamp Alfonso Ribeiro's career. I just know he could. And Alfonso Ribeiro, is this really him? Is this really Alfonso Ribeiro? Sure looks like it. He says, I don't need or ever want that man to do anything for me. Hey, yo. If Carlton don't trust you, I don't know if we could trust you, yo. If Carlton says he don't want to go nowhere near your movie set, maybe the rumors are true. Maybe the rumors about Tyler Perry are true. Okay? And I don't have to worry about talking about this, in fear of burning any bridges, because those bridges have already been burned.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
My name's Hotep Jesus, and we know Hoteps don't get no love in Hollywood because we ain't weird. But if Alfonso Ribeiro won't work with Tyler Perry, then who will? What kind of person do you got to be? I wish he would have elaborated. But, he's a good gentleman, good-natured gentleman. So, he's going to keep everything professional, or as professional as possible. Next up for Grifter of the Day, far-right broadcaster Stu Peters accuses his former producer, Lauren Witzke, of being a fake Christian white nationalist, alleging that she is now pregnant with a Mexican who I think is gay. Now, you guys know Lauren Witzke. She is, she's like one of the, Christian white nationalist accounts. And, she likes to troll with the, videos about black people and stuff like that. And he says, she was his former producer. And, that's the funny thing about these people. You gotta look at how people talk about others after a breakup, right? And, some of these people, they're just going to come out and maybe she did something to him. I don't know. But after a breakup, things can get really juicy and spicy. Let's take a look. This is from an episode of Fresh and Fit.
Lauren Witzke actually has somewhat of a presence online. She ran for Congress in Delaware. She was actually very successful. She was run by a guy called Noel Fritch, who I've also fired. She's actually a pretty good girl, but she's like this fake Christian white nationalist gal that has this online presence of being Mrs. Nick Fuentes kind of, basically. Okay. So take all of his viewpoints, carbon copy them, put them in her online presence. Okay. That's her persona.
All right.
Right? Okay, but she's now pregnant with a Mexican who I think is gay, a brown baby, and she's like, yep, we're not,
isn't it crazy? Come on, the woolworks.
The great white replacement thing, right? And she's fanatical about being white and all this other stuff, which I am too. I love being white.
Yeah.
Let me guess, I'm never going to apologize for that. I think it's great because the country is built on successful white men. I mean, yeah. And so she's so I'm like, yeah, this is great. And now she's pregnant with this guy's baby, who I think is gay. He wears lip gloss. He talks with a lisp, and he's got a dad bod, and he's brown, he's Mexican. Her name is now going to be Lauren Mendoza.
We can't even get white nationalism right. We can't even get white nationalism right. Hold on, I just got a Shopify notification. Just got a new order. What'd they get? Who ordered this? Bottle of Apex.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Somebody just copped a bottle of Apex. Salute. Was that with the coupon? I want to say, yep, that was with the coupon code. Somebody took advantage. Shout out to the homie New Man of Water member. But, you know, the thing with the white nationalist situation is it's a grift. Like, and I keep telling people, like, I don't think 2 weeks ago, I played a clip of a white nationalist. And when he started to describe what a fake white nationalist was, you began to see how many of these white nationalists are in it just for the grift, the whole Jesus Christ grift, the white nationalist grift, and it's trolling, it's engagement farming, et cetera, but very few people online are who they are online as well as offline. Like those two things are usually not synchronized. You know, they're usually two different people there. And these people are leading double lives. You know, I don't know if he's telling the truth about this lady or not. All we can do is assume so because they're former coworkers. But it goes to show you, man, like a lot of these people ain't real, you know. It's just for clicks. And the thing is, I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad, but her base is being duped, right? Like the people that support her, whatever, you know, they feed into this stuff and they're being fed propaganda that doesn't feed their cause and works against it. Joe Music, thank you for the $5 super. He said, Hotep, you will be the perfect cast for Tozen from the anime Bleach. What the hell is Tozen? Let me see. Oh, word? This who you want me to play? So what? I look like every black guy with dreads in an anime? Ain't he the bad guy too? I can't even be a good guy. Shout out to Tozen. I never got into Bleach. My homie used to appreciate that shit, but I never got into it. I never did. Stu Peter just like saying stuff for the shock value. Yeah, again, you know, all par for the course. Fresh Mike said HJ literally got the best take in this one on the internet. Listen, what was my take? On what? What did I say? I don't remember what I be saying. Anyway, it's time for the Super Dap of the day. Shout out to Super Dap. Make sure you follow Super Dap on Twitter, a leader in SocialFi. Can't wait for the full version to get released so we can pull our assets together and grow together. Follow Super Dap. Also, join our investment chat in the description box below to say join Telegram group. Join the Telegram group. Get in there. Crypto Hotep has been posting mad plays. Did anybody get on the Caitlyn Jenner meme coin? I seen some crazy gains this weekend from that. I'm too afraid to hop in now because it's, you know, it might dump, but she co-signed it. Caitlyn Jenner co-signed it and it freaking mooned. Did anybody get any of that? I didn't even see it. I was kind of off the internet, but still. All for the clits is a grift. Yeah, it's all for the grift. Yeah. Let's go to the tape.
Have you ever heard of a game called Werewolf?
No.
Everyone gets a piece of paper. It's either got villager written on it, but two have the word werewolf. Someone runs the game to make sure no one's cheating, and they go, okay, it's nighttime, everyone close your eyes. Werewolves choose someone to kill, and the werewolves go. They say, okay, everyone close your eyes, it's morning time, open them again. During the night, Francis was killed. There's then a conversation, and this is where it gets interesting, between all the villagers and the two werewolves over who the werewolves are. Then at the end of the day, the villagers have to decide who they're going to kill, and they say, well, we're going to kill Constantine. It's revealed by the person running the game, I'm afraid Constantine was a villager. and the game continues. The villagers win the game if they kill both werewolves. The werewolves win the game if they kill all but 2 villagers. And the werewolves usually win. The game was invented by a student of sociology in Russia who wanted to prove his thesis that an uninformed majority will always lose a battle of information against an informed minority. So that just shows when you have hidden information, you can completely manipulate a large group of people. Have you ever heard of a game called Werewolf?
Y'all ever played this game? Y'all ever played this game before? At HotepCon, we played Fascists versus Liberals. That was fun. Sort of similar to this, where you have to guess who's a liberal and who's a fascist, based upon the way they draw cards or play the cards. And Jelly said, I used to play this game at speech tournaments. Yeah? Goldstein says, so a secret Hitler? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we have to play this at the next HotepCon. What do y'all think about that? He said, I played Among Us on the net. Yeah, it's like another version of Among Us, right? Great party game? Yeah. Yeah. I know the white folks in the chat played this before. They always got the good games. Mafia is similar to it too. Very interesting. I never heard of this game before. Never heard of this game before. But again, he's right though. A misinformed public gonna lead to a lot of bad decisions. A lot of bad decisions. Let's go to Jonah's video. Jonah sent this in. Let's take a look.
Thanks, Jessica Hopkins, Public Health Ontario. I was just wondering, so in the event there is a positive from milk, do we have a plan to start active surveillance in humans? I think that, I'm just sort of thinking about like, what's the next step? Are we just going to wait, or do we have something that's kind of queued up and ready to go once we see a positive? Thanks.
So Jessica, that's exactly the protocol I was talking about in the enhanced surveillance that we're working to put together that we won't use. I shouldn't say we won't use. There's some potential ways we could use it. We could get baseline. We could do it on pigs. We could do it on avian, even though it's been done by the BC folks. So, but obviously the preoccupation is to land something so that if we do find a positive farm, we can get in there. But that's where our work right now has been focused on, trying to develop something that would be implementable around those farms. I will flag that, there's the science part and the lab part and the thinking through the epi part. And then there's the enormous sensitivities around who's going on farms, are these quarantined areas, the farmers, the undocumented workers or migrant workers, documented, like that whole sensitivity area about we are here from the government and we're here to help you testing that has been very challenging in other jurisdictions who have attempted to do this.
Wait, what?
Science part and the lab part and the thinking through the epi part. And then there's the enormous sensitivities around who's going on farms, are these quarantined areas, the farmers, the undocumented workers or migrant workers, documented, like that whole sensitivity area about we are here from the government and we're here to help you testing that has been very challenging in other jurisdictions who have attempted to do this.
Okay, so he's addressing the sensitivities. I got a sensitivity to motherfucking surveillance. That's what I got a sensitivity to. Liz Churchill, here we go. Leaked video of unelected public health officials speaking of enhanced surveillance and farm quarantining for the bird flu. This is psychological terrorism. Do not comply. Yeah, I'm not eating no bird for a little while now. Actually, I stopped eating so much chicken a little while back. I started transitioning more to steak. So if I do have meat, I'm going for that. Last week, I had a real juicy burger. Went to the expensive steak spot and got me a fat burger. I think that was last Friday. Delicious. But I try to, I try not to have too much meat intake. A couple of times a week is more than enough, but definitely not chicken. Chicken's like cheap trash. Chicken's for poor folk.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
That's what chicken's for. Chicken is for the people in poverty. If you ain't like Rudy, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't growing them and, you know, taking care of them yourself, chicken is for the lowlifes. Pause. What did I say? What did I say I needed to pause? I done missed it. He said, gonna hurt the chicken stock for a little while. That means I'll just accumulate more at the bottom. You know, nobody's gonna say no to Wingstop. Shout out to Wingstop. As long as Wingstop has a good supplier, we'll be all right. What did I say? What did I say? Hotep Boule? Was that a Boule thing to say? Meat intake? Oh, I'm sorry. Pause on the meat intake. Thank you, Axel. Yeah, that was pretty egregious. That was pretty egregious. They got me, Renee. They got me. They got me. My elitism's bleeding through. Y'all eat chicken, yo? I'm bougie about my food. You know, I like my bananas organic. Pause. I like my steak expensive. I can't just eat any meat. Pause. I can't just put any old kind of meat in my mouth.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Pause. Oh, man. Y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous. Immature. Y'all are just children. That's what it is. Y'all are children in the chat. Should have never gave y'all the pause game. Lizette said, your body's a temple. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the phone lines. Text Hotep your name to 202-596-5631. Text Hotep your name 202-596-5631. I'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break. Don't put, while I'm on this break, don't put no meat in your mouth.
Welcome to the 4th annual Grifties and the first ever live Grifty Awards. And now for your hosts, Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus.
Yo, no George, but I can't even breathe in this joint.
That's fucked up. He working on that Coon of the Year award.
Black people, am I right? We've got some great categories tonight, including athlete.
We'll say what's up to your dad.
Season's COVID-19.
Who did you want? Hamlin? Hamlin's a sleeper. Hamlin's a sleeper.
Female, musical, celebrity, people's political grifty, the Hall of Fame, and a surprise category.
Y'all see we professional. We got the teleprompter and shit. And of course, the one everyone is waiting for, Grifter of the Year award.
From podcasts to movies.
DJ Protocol.
Yeah, DJ, that's the time to do it.
This is not a grift. I really think Little Nas X is a gay demon.
How dare you?
Unlike most modern award shows, none of these women have penises.
Women shouldn't speak anyways.
Y'all picked the blackest room for a black. Paint the walls white so I can see y'all next time.
All coons look alike to me.
Some of you white people too. Some of y'all look like it came from 8 Mile.
We're halfway through. No one's been shot yet.
But I'm going to say at the Grifty Awards, there's only one person more arrogant, more self-assured than me, and that's Hotep Jesus.
Grifter of the Year.
Clap it up for old Uncle Hotep.
Hopefully my kids will watch this and be inspired and stuff like that.
Fuck them kids.
I'm looking for my wallet. I'm like, oh, thank God he didn't take it. Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live. We got Goldstein on the line.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Goldstein, what's up, bro?
Man, you know, same shit.
Happy Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, right after the show today, around 4:15, 4:30, be live on Twitter Spaces with Goldstein. We're talking about political party infiltration. So make sure y'all join us over on the Twitter's X app, whatever you call it. What you got for us today, Goldstein?
Well,
Thanks,
speaking of that, I mean, how's about that Chase Oliver?
Wait.
Chase Oliver.
What do you have the details on what happened at the convention and all of this? What do you see?
I don't.
Okay.
All I know is that they got a dude that they don't like. That's all I saw on the timeline, is that he is not someone that they're really fucking with at all.
Right.
And I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I have my guesses, but well, but damn, how did that happen? That's the question. How do you?
So the little details I got was some of the delegates had to catch a flight back home. So that's a little suspect to me, right? Because it's like, who booked their flights?
Right.
That's the first question I'm asking. Maybe they booked it, maybe somebody else did, but who booked the flights? Or why wasn't there a situation created where all delegates could be present? Like, why didn't they just make that happen?
Right.
That's the other red flag.
It could be lack of organization. It could be something more nefarious. We're gonna be discussing that shit though.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about, hopefully get some libertarians up. I'm gonna invite a whole bunch. So we'll see. Matter of fact, I'm about to post our space in the the secret chat we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna post it there.
As far as Carlson,
yeah.
He can take this right now. He can take this on a run. Like, he can use this as a jumping off point to change that image. I was telling my wife this earlier today. He can take this and be ignorant nigga with this.
What do you mean?
And like, he could go on the Cat Williams run, go to Shannon Sharp, go to different places and just become ignorant nigga like Cat Williams, like Monique, and just start dishing. And this will change his whole image if he does it the right way.
He need to go on Shay Shay then.
You need to.
That would be
Shannon
fire.
Sharp or somebody.
And go straight nigga.
I think he should come to the Grift Report.
Ooh.
I think there should be an exclusive interview with Alfonso Ribeiro and his whole thing with Tyler Perry. What is this, But it just goes to show that the Cat Williams effect is still undefeated right now.
Still undefeated. All of the ghosts is coming out.
Man. As far as Dwayne Wade, enough can't be said about Dwayne Wade, but that video must be a fucking doozy. That video, or whatever dirt they have on him.
Nigga.
Because look at what P. Diddy's going through, right? He has done it all, and he didn't sell out half as much as this motherfucker has. To where you offer up your own son, your firstborn, on some Abrahamic shit.
Oof. Oh.
Come on.
The son?
That video, man, that video must be a motherfucker. Because he doesn't strike me as some weak motherfucker who's going to be like, well, we got this on you, and then him be like, well, I'm going to take whatever you dish, right?
Right.
There's going to be a line. He seems like that type of dude. So whatever they have must just be, he must have killed somebody or I don't know. Because fuck, you gave up your firstborn son to the demons, and now you want everyone else to follow. Which, what was it called? Translatable?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Sound like a language
app. Man, you're directing it directly to your people. That's next level selling out. Like, Diddy got car bombs and shit on his record, and he still never went this far. He just went about as far as Vote or Die.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to get on board for Vote or Die.
Man. As far as De Niro, I think this is their way of putting people out to pasture, because he clearly didn't get the call. So I think once your usefulness and all that shit has run its course, they just put you on this time, like, go out there, endorse Biden, and we'll see you on the other side. Because everything's moving in the opposite direction. Hollywood ain't gonna want to fuck with this dude no more soon, regardless of name recognition. He's already washed up as an actor. This will make him even more washed up in the eyes of the public. If De Niro can't cut a promo in New York City without getting heckled, something is definitely wrong there.
De Niro getting heckled in New York while campaigning for Biden at Trump's court hearing. You showed up to another man's hearing to suck another man off. Pause.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That just seems like, go out there, commit this career suicide for us so we don't have to fucking pay you anymore for huge movie roles and get the fuck out of our life, De Niro, because he might have pissed somebody off. Who knows? So this just seems like one of the punishments.
Yeah. I like put him out to the pasture. It reminds me of, like, you know, you got an old farm animal. It's just like, they're on their last days, right? And it's like, let's give them something to do. Their usefulness has just about run out. You know, we want to get, you know, the best we can out of this thing. Yeah.
Right. And Lauren Whiskey, don't pay her no fucking mind. Anybody who listens to Lauren Whiskey, follows Lauren Whiskey, don't pay her no mind as a white nationalist, because white nationalists don't allow cartels to use them as fucking suitcases.
Oh, this a real
That's what the
Hotep
fuck
brother.
he was. That bitch was a suitcase for the cartel.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Nah, you tripping, son. You say she was moving them kilos? That Medellin?
That's what she was doing.
That's nasty word. Oh my God.
You think that's a gay Mexican she fucking with because she love him? Nope. That's her handler. That's her contact point.
She got an illegal baby in her stomach.
Oof, that's not no baby. That's Pablo.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
He said that's not no baby. That's one of them bricks.
That's one of them bricks, man. Dude got fooled. She just conned his ass.
Oh, that's nasty work. Oh my God. Shit.
Now, as far as the chicken, bro,
yeah,
I want everybody to just keep in mind that for the entire month of June, the value meal, which includes the chicken sandwich from McDonald's, will only be $5, along with all the free chicken nuggets every Tuesday that you'll get from Wendy's. So enjoy.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Facts. I did notice that. You right. They giving that food away now. I saw a bunch of promos. That's nasty work. Bird flu up, prices down.
Keep your head on the swivel, folks.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. You know, I said something to the effect of like, something about the price of beef, right? And this dude, the price of beef under Biden, it probably has something to do with Bidenomics. And this dude responds with a picture of, you know, some meat paws at the supermarket. And I looked at it and I was like, ooh, you probably might not want to eat that. It was like $2.28 for a 8-ounce sirloin or some shit. And if you looked at the cut, you'd be like, nah, I'm good off that. Like the marbling looked crazy. Like it looked like a straight up tumor. The way the shit was growing in. You know, some COVID vaccine shit. I don't know. But but that's my point. Like, if people gonna consume, don't eat the cheap shit. Do not eat that cheap shit. I know you've seen the pink slime chicken nuggets thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's just I don't know, man. It's just very coincidental. But I do know this. Last time fast food went on a chicken craze was the Popeyes sandwich, and the world ain't been the same since.
That was nasty work. And boy, do I love that Popeye's chicken sandwich. Not today, though. Not today, though. Not now. That's going to be the next one. Y'all better get low.
I bet I'm going to let you get back to it.
All right, man. I'll see you at, where you want to start at, like 4:15?
Yeah, we can start then. 4:15. Well, it would be 1:15 out here, but 4:15 for you. 4:30, whenever.
All right. I'll be there.
All right.
All right. Hotep and Bill. We're going to get Strong Dad in. Strong Dad probably got something racist to say. I seen him being racist on the timeline. There was a big black family with a whole bunch of boys, whole bunch of sons, and they all grew up. And saw a lot of people talking about their selection in women. You know, and my only response is, if you want your kids to date black, you got to live black.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You can't send. You cannot send.
Call from.
You can't send Lil Raheem to the suburbs around the Pogs and expect him to not like Pogs. He's 14, 15 years old. He's very impressionable. These are his impressionable years. And y'all sending him around Pogs. If you want, listen, if you want black kids, you got to live black. Strong Dad, what's up,
100,
yo?
100. What you said is facts.
It's facts, right?
What you just said is facts.
Yeah.
100, no lies told there. No lies told there. But I just want to denounce and we can't, Goldstein, you are not allowed to advertise fucking chicken meals during June. That is Strong Dad June. If I see a man eating a fucking chicken meal from a fast food joint, you have lost your fucking man card. You
this a real Hotep, brother.
You will become a trans person. You will be known as fucking bitch nigga white, whatever you want to call it.
Yes. Yes.
Y'all don't eat that
yes.
shit.
Yo, facts. Yo, I'm telling you right now, kids are growing up on these foods, and that's what's making them weird, yo.
It's just making them fucking gay, bro.
You saw what Alice Jones said. They got the frogs.
It's going. You're gonna feminize the youth with chicken sandwiches, cheap
chicken
McDonald's
nuggets.
meals. You know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna get cheaper because they finna put the robots in all of them joints. So you know them motherfucking value meals finna come down $5 in a little bit once they get a handle on that.
Right in the middle of puberty.
Yo, no, y'all can't do that shit. For real, like I don't even. I eat red meat. You know what I'm saying? I eat eggs. I don't feed my daughter none of that stuff at all. We feed her. We feed her fruit. If it don't come out of the ground, or if my wife can't make it, then we don't give it to her. I don't even give her, like chicken and ground beef and stuff like that. I don't even. My mom gave her a cheeseburger. I yelled at her. I was like, "Why would you give her a cheeseburger? Don't ever give her that stuff."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff is nasty.
It's time for us in this time period, especially summertime. We're spending more time outside. We're around other people. Keep your diet in check. You know what I'm saying? Leave that processed shit alone. If it's processed, say no. Unless you process it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even when it comes to like my meat products, things like that. We live up here in the mountains. We go to local butchers. We go to people who hunt and bring it back. I talked to a guy last year who went on an elk hunt, so I could organize, having my protein needs met for for my prep season.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey man, I'll throw some money in on whatever you catch. Next year hopefully I'll be the one catching it, but I got to get good with the bow since I'm a felon.
This nigga eating elk, and he called me boule.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
This nigga eating elk.
Hold up.
I ain't never had no elk before.
Hold up, though. Think about this.
This is that bougie Hotep now.
I live in a place where the elk, hundreds of elk come down every season are in your neighborhood.
What elk tastes like?
So it's in abundance. What does it taste like? I mean, it don't really taste nothing. It's like tastes like deer, pretty much.
What the fuck deer
elk
tastes
steak
like?
don't really. I mean, it's just a little gamier. You know what I'm saying? There's no unless you go to like a real high class spot. You know, like if you're just a normal nigga catching it, your elk's gonna taste like steak.
It's gonna taste like what?
That's just what it is. It's gonna taste like steak. That's
Oh, okay.
I didn't had all different types of
What's the texture like?
prepared elk and shit. The texture is not too tough, but it's not fatty.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, it's not very fatty. Like fauna, like like deer and stuff like that. They're really lean meat. But they're good for you. I mean, Joe Rogan style. Go out there and get it yourself, or know someone who does. We got people who farm their chickens. We get our eggs here. You know what I'm saying? That's the first step if you choose to eat like I do, or you know what I mean. But no chicken. No chicken. I stopped eating chicken a long ass time ago.
Somebody said they see me on Joe Rogan. I definitely eat elk. Hey, just because I was with Joe Rogan.
now listen. That is still a boule take, even though we really shouldn't be eating that chicken. It still is a boule take. It still is.
Jazzy said it depends on the diet of the elk.
It does depend on the diet of the elk. If you're eating farmed elk, that's weird. If you're eating elk that are wild, I don't think you have to worry that much about the diet unless they're fucking cannibals or some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These elk herds, they go up so far into the mountains on the off season, and they're not eating anything that we can provide.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to abort the chicken. You know what I'm saying? Goldstein, I can't believe you, man. Why would you do that, bro? Why would you do that?
Yeah, it happens. Appreciate you, bro. Hotep and Bill, you coming to the Twitter Spaces?
The Grifties is here?
No, Twitter Spaces.
Oh, the Twitter Spaces?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. Hopefully, I'm walking my mom's dog. Hopefully, we don't get out of service here.
All right, we'll be there.
So, all right, y'all.
All right, ladies. Walking the dog. I'm kind of jealous. The older I get, the more I want a dog. Every day I move like 1 millimeter closer to buying a dog. I'm definitely 5 years out moving at this pace. But we're getting there.
Call from
Rudy.
What's going on, my brother? How you doing today, man?
I'm good. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm out here cutting this 2.5 acres, man. Hot as hell. Beautiful Carolina day.
Okay.
Real quick points, man.
You cutting all 2 acres?
Oh, yeah. I got a zero turn, bro. It gets. First thing, Gabriella Union's pegging Dwayne Wade. Second thing, the Libertarian Party promoting that dude was an op. It was a one time that the Republican isn't really popular, the Democrats really unpopular. Kennedy's an op. You could have had a third party type cat, and they ruined it by putting up the gay tranny guy. 3, if you raise your own chickens, they got a certain kind called meat birds, dude. Pause, meat birds, but they produce a little bit more meat than like the Rhode Island Reds and stuff like that. And you let them free range as much as possible. You only want to supplement feed during rain, and you can get a good clean chicken. They shoot way too much steroids in that shit, and we all know that they've been poisoning the food. The FDA poisons the food. They allow shit. You can go online and see what they allow in America that they don't allow anywhere else in the world. We're getting poisoned about through our own food supply. The question is, what are you going to do about it? You're going to start raising your own shit, or are you going to keep crying about it while you're getting fatter and diabetes? That's all I got to say, man. Looking forward to 4:15 to the Twitter Spaces. Hotep and Bill, my brother.
Hotep and Bill. Damn. The 60-second sniper. Damn, Rudy. Just tore the fucking door off the hinges. Straw that said real talk. The chicken in prison comes in bags that say not for human consumption. That's when I stopped eating chicken. Not for human consumption. That's crazy. Didn't they say the same things about cows before McDonald's got them all? No factory chicken. He said it's not real chicken. Yeah, facts. Yeah, they got some clone meat factory shit going on. It's really weird. It's really weird. I think they got hoses, you know, pumping food into their stomach. It's very odd. It's not free range. They're not walking around. They're stuck in cages. They don't have any feathers. It's really weird. It's some like strange experiment. And that's the thing. Like, people want to talk about alcohol society versus a cannabis society. It's like this alcohol society got us making weird birds, and they're not even birds. It's just like this. That would have been, but that would have been banned in Hotepistan.
Hotep, you're a genius.
I'm just saying,
HotepJesus.com.
it would have been banned. Absolutely abhorrent. Like, what are we doing? Like, genetically modifying the thing so it doesn't have a beak and it doesn't have. It's demonic. That is demonic. I'm not even saying feeding it to people. I'm talking about the person who thought it was a good idea to sit down and create that shit is demonic. We would have to detain him. He would have to be detained in Hotepistan. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? We got to psychoanalyze this individual. We really got to do a deep dive into this person's psyche, because what kind of weird shit are you on where you thought this was okay? Why? Why would you create this? It's disgusting. Jeff Curtis says it's greed and plays off people's ignorance. It's definitely greed. And there's a lot of people implicated here. One of them being the guy who's sitting in the office that's detached from the experiment. Then it's the actual scientist involved in the experiment. Like, the scientists got to be able to say no, but they like, look, we're going to throw a big bag at you and give you some stock options. You're like, all right, fuck it, I'll create the bird. It's just like, damn. Jonah.
What's good?
What's up, bro?
It's kind of funny going into what you were just saying before I called. That's actually what I just recorded last week on, is about, I was listening to Secret Teachings of All Ages again, and then they're talking about,
what's that, Manly P. Hall?
Paracelsus. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about Paracelsus and all his, using the, I forget what it is. But anyway, so then it reminded me of the Cosmic Serpent, which talks about how, in the Amazon, how do they know all these? So how do they know, like, they use an aromatase inhibitor with the ayahuasca so that you can actually get high, because otherwise your stomach acids eat it. Well, the ayahuasca plant told them, right? So when they do this genetic modified organisms, right, then they're changing the fact that your roots, your vegetables, your plants, they can actually tell you what part of your body they're good for by their design, right? You know what I mean? So if it looks like your heart, it probably actually has benefits for your heart. If it looks like your brain, it has benefits for your brain. But then they do the GMO, so now you can't do the natural healing, the homeopathy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Other than that, Robert De Niro.
Uh-oh.
Fuck him. He's always been military intelligence.
How was Robert De Niro military intelligence?
Because he was, before he was ever a movie.
Is that true?
Look it up. Look it up. He was also the dude that was right there when Roman Polanski was banging the 13-year-old. He was the fucking one who ran that operation in Jack Nicholson's house right after Chinatown. So anyone who's, now with him too, he also did Wag the Dog.
Wait a second. The day De Niro joined the CIA is...
Yeah.
Wait, the making of his last movie...
He's been intelligence the whole time.
No, this is the movie. Where do I look this up? Give me a link, Jonah.
I didn't look it up today because I was on a job site, but I can look it up right now here.
When you got a link, send it to me and I'll pull it up on the show.
Yeah. But no, he's been military intelligence the whole time. He was also at Nixon's house when whatchamacallit was charged with rape. Roman Polanski. He was right there.
What?
Yeah. Now, if you look it up, they'll try to say he wasn't and he showed up after the fact, but he was still there the whole fucking time. They've changed the story, and Angelica Houston, I think it was there too, but they let all her shit go away.
Who?
Angelica Houston.
1977, Robert De Niro was at Roman Polanski's house having an orgy of teens and tweens. Polanski took his 13-year-old victim to Jack Nicholson's house. De Niro has been paying Polanski off ever since to keep quiet. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, he's been the whole time, like, you know, Wag the Dog. Anyone who if you watch Wag the Dog, they literally show you how they can. There's a scene where they're actually making a movie and whatnot, and they cut in like animals into the scene right away. It's that's the whole thing of the whole purpose of the movie is the president is allegedly with a girl guide. And then Robert De Niro is the intelligence officer who makes a fake war. So, like, this is literally just like a script that's already been played out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's military intelligence. I'll find it for you and send it to you here. Other than that, yeah, the surveillance, I found that quite interesting because that's all Canadian stuff, right? It was the Ontario Public Health where I live, so they're talking about putting surveillance on already, right? But let's be honest, that the one in the center of that Array Tam or whatever her name is, she's like D Wade's daughter, right? You know what I mean?
Oh shit.
She's the head Canadian, so she's Justin Trudeau's health minister or whatever, but she's Chinese national and she's like D Wade's son. So, I mean, well, you guys have Rachel Levine too, so I mean, like, tell me how the head health individual for both Canada and the USA are both transitions, right? You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Like, people need to wake up. People need to wake up and actually take care of their lives and stop thinking that government. Then get to the Libertarian Party. I was on a Spaces last night with Retro Neon. Shout out Retro Neon. You know, I used to get into the Libertarian stuff. Then as I was doing more research on the Fabian Society, I realized that, Frederick Hayek and Mises both went to the London School of Communism. Fucking Milton Friedman went to fucking Chicago University with the fucking Rockefellers. Man, the Libertarian Party's been an opposite since day one.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Like, how is Friedrich Hayek supposed to be like some Austrian economics, but he went to the London School of Communism?
I was showing people last week how all this shit is tied back to that classical liberal bullshit, and they all come from the same school of thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 George Soros went to the London School of Communism, right? And of course, everyone who knows Paul Michael Lango, I'm talking about London School of Economics, which was created by George Bernard Shaw, Sidney and Beatrice Webb, the heads of the London or the Fabian Society. So it's a communist school that's right in London. So anyone, when you have all your top Austrian economists going to fucking communist schools, like the Rockefellers, or what David Rockefeller III attended the London School of Economics, and his family started the Chicago University, which is the head of the school for the Austrian. So it's literally just a dialectic. all this Austrian economics, you know, it's all dialectic because Milton Friedman's the one who had the your income tax come off every pay, so you don't notice it. He said it was an accident, or he said he didn't realize the downfall of it later on, but get the fuck out of here. You went to the Rockefeller's communist school. So anyways, but on that note, Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. I'll see you later, Jonah. Come to the spaces.
Yeah, and I'll send that over in like 5 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. All right. Bum, bum, bum. They say don't fight it. You know it's all fake. Libertarianism is officially dead. Damn. We're going to talk about it. I tagged the Libertarians to join the Twitter spaces, so hopefully they join and we get to hear from them. But I want to get to the bottom of this. Hopefully Jeff Charles joins. Why don't I got Jeff Charles' number? Hold on. I'm about to try and get Jeff Charles' phone number and do a little prep. I want to use him to do a little bit of prep. If he responds to me quickly, then I'll bring him. I'll call him, and then we can prep for the Twitter Spaces, because I want to know more about what happened, you know, at the event and the future Libertarian Party. I'm very interested in the Libertarian Party. You know, I think they always just end up in some shit like this. You know, they're like the bad news bears of, you know, politics. You know, like, what are they? Eric July would have a good ass take. Hold on, I real quick. I just got to see if they lock my president up. Why is Snoop trending? You know, I know these celebrities is probably scared to death now when they name pop up. Cause they like, oh shit, am I getting canceled, or is this a good thing? All right, so I thought it might have been Snoop doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. When I saw he was trending so high, but maybe it's his birthday. Is it his birthday or some shit? The LP has been at war since 2020. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. They lost this year. The side I like lost, but I think some okey doke went down. Or I could not know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's also possible as well. You know, I'm just gonna always, you know, expect the worst. What is this? Washed. What is this? Oh, they keep calling Robert De Niro washed up.
Let's go. You tough kid! You loser! We are gonna fight back! We're trying to do it the book. Watch out, guys. We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. You are gangsters. You are gangsters. Step aside, guys. Make a hole. Make a hole. Step aside. You're a little punk. You're a sausage. You're nobody. You're trash. Look at my face, you fucking traitor! You fucking loser! We fucking hate you!
Let's go. Hey, De Niro's gonna go to jail. That's why he's so worried. When Trump goes to office, he's done. He's finished. His career's already done, and it's gonna be even more done. We're outside. De Niro's a loser. He's a mook. He's a sucker, and that's why he's running
What's a mook?
away like a punk. Like a punk. He's a mook. Okay, Robert De Niro's a fucking mook. A traitor. He's a traitor to the Americans, the Italians, and the Jews. Why don't you look it up? Google it. Bobby De Niro's the biggest piece of shit in the city. He wants to punch Donald Trump in the face. I challenge Robert De Niro to punch me in the face anywhere, any fucking time. MAGA. Fuck De Niro.
It's an Italian slur? I heard a moolie. Moulian. Mook. What does mook mean? How do you be a mook? I mean, Lord.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Marcus, you touch kids! You touch kids! You loser! Fuck you! Suck my dick! Your mother should have swallowed!
Wait a second. See, the first time I let it slide.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Marcus, you touch kids!
Nah, hold up. I think that motherfucker's an insurgent. Hold on. Wait a second. Chat, is this an insurgent right here?
Fuck you! Suck my dick! Your mother should have swallowed!
What the fuck was that? My detector going off, yo. The first time I was alerted, I was like, nah, I just heard that. I shrugged it off. Like, nah, I just heard that. I didn't hear what I know I didn't hear what I thought I saw. I'm overreacting, you know. Sometimes I overreact. I heard it the second time. I'm like, nah, I can't ignore this. What the fuck was that?
We're trying to be gentlemen in this world. The Democrats. You are gangsters.
I don't know about that. You know, you know what makes politics complicated today specifically? Because no matter what you say, you can be right. And no matter what you say, you're also going to sound like an ass after 4 years. So that's what makes it difficult, because the great banking consolidation will probably come under a Trump presidency. No, nothing more needs to be said on that. But the Democrats are so commie. It just makes Trump look like gold. That's how bad they are. Like, it's life-threatening, yo. That's why when people come out against Biden, I can't even say, you just grifting, you just that. Because, like, we losing people over the fact that people was pushing that y'all mean. And that's just not cool, yo. Like, people listen to the experts. Experts, the media talking heads. A lot of people got paid. They cut juvenile a check. Vax that thing up. So if you coming out in support of Biden, you my enemy. The sad part is, if you coming out for Trump, you might be my enemy too. Just a different kind of enemy, different dangers. Different dangers, different things to be worried about. Because you're still a fucking communist, right? You still want to legislate people's rights away. You know, you're still a commie. You just wanted to take away different rights. Maybe less than the left, which is better. But again, we're talking about our rights being taken away. So when somebody comes out and they're yelling, they're screaming, they're cursing out somebody supporting Biden, I feel like Maxine Waters. You remember what Maxine Waters said when you see these people out in the street? I agree with Maxine Waters. Shit costs lives, nigga. They said this has gone beyond political grifting. This has gone beyond partisanship, party politics. This is beyond that. You have taken people's lives. I'm not even talking about all the lives you usually take in the military interventions, but with your failed medical industry, which is another thing, now that I'm thinking about it. Free health care for all. Have you ever seen what free health care looks like in America? I signed up for Obamacare once upon a time. Affordable Care Act, whatever. I signed up for Obamacare so I can go to the doctor. Then I went to the dentist. I walked in and it was packed. It's packed wall to wall with people. I'm like, what the fuck? I never seen no dentist office like that. And everybody in there looked like they was from the hood. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is the Obamacare spot. So I asked them, like, how long is the wait? They said it was like 2 hours or something like that. I said, what? So I knew that really meant 3 hours, maybe even 4. Then I looked over my shoulder. I looked out the window. And I saw them pulling a prisoner out of the van. And it was at that moment I decided, you know what? I don't really need to get my teeth cleaned today.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
It's obviously not where I'm supposed to be. This is obviously not, it's not meant for me. It's not meant to be, you know, I'm just going to take my black ass home. And I took my black ass home. And I got off Obamacare. I was like, you know what? They could just keep this shit. I didn't even want to experience what the dentist would be like in my mouth. Pause. I don't even want them cleaning my teeth. I don't want none of that. You can keep that service. So when people say free healthcare for all, I've seen the free healthcare. You don't want the free healthcare.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
He said, facts, AJ, they both use the attack different ends. No one side can take all the rights. They keep them both. They need help from both. Right. It's just a power dynamic shifts from left to right. Exactly. It's just a little swing. And if you get too happy on the swing, like, oh, my side's winning, happier you get, the more disappointed you're going to be later. The Senator Loki, Hotep to the chat. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. Shout out to Senator Loki. Death care. Yeah. How to get out of there? She said you didn't want that extra strength fluoride. It's a huge no for me, man. Huge no for me. Community Notes is trash, by the way. He says, so I got Community Noted claiming that Biden's parent gods are washed away. Well, here it is now, pretty much submerged, not doing anything. This is where your taxpayer money goes to. breaking the humanitarian pier that Biden made to deliver aid in Gaza has washed away. Is this really the pier? I've seen the reports and I'm like, I'll wait to confirm. That's crazy. If that's real, that's crazy. Looks like they removed the community note. Community note be messing up sometimes, yo. Community notes needs a community note. Jason Miller calls De Niro a washed up actor. Thank you, Jason Miller. Appreciate you. There's washed up De Niro right there. What's up with Trump, yo? All right, let's see. As of 23 minutes ago, prosecutors are delivering closing statements in the trial. In his closing statement, Trump's lead lawyer, Todd Blanche, tried to paint Michael Cohen, a key witness, as a liar and perjurer. And the prosecutor tried to. I thought that was made very clear. And the prosecution's case as failing to meet the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Trump is charged with 34 counts of falsifying business records in connection with hush money payment to adult film actor Stormy Daniels to buy her silence about an alleged affair with Trump. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Prosecutors are expected to argue Trump falsified the business records to cover up what was essentially an illegal campaign contribution meant to help him get elected in 2016. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Trump don't need money to he was whooping everybody ass. He didn't need that. I can't see him trying to take campaign funds, take money for campaign funds. That just doesn't sound like something he would bother to do. Prosecutors are expected to argue Trump falsified the business records to cover up what was essentially an illegal campaign contribution meant to help him get elected in 2016. What? Prosecution using graphics to illustrate points during closing arguments. The graphics that the Manhattan District Attorney's team is using during the summation of high tech and modern and presenting them. Prosecutors are isolating certain calls and using zoom functions to highlight them. The graphics offer a clean and accessible way for the attorneys to illustrate their points to the jury. Damn, that's nasty work. They done pulled out the new technology. Look here, zoom in here. Look at it. Look at this. Look at that. Basically hypnotized the jury. It says one new update. All right, where's the new update? Give me the update. Prosecutor Joshua Steinglass. Is making arguments to defend Michael Cohen's phone records after the defense questioned their integrity. Steinglass said that Cohen had no idea the Manhattan District Attorney's Office would ask for phone records again in January last year, and there would be no conceivable reason for them to delete evidence of a crime he'd already been convicted and served for. All right, so a bunch of arguments going to be made. Looks like they're going to be doing this for a little while, so we'll check back. We'll check back later on the Trump trial. Chat, what do you think is going to happen with the Trump trial? Let me see. What do you think the predictions are going to be? Let's put the poll up. I want to get your predictions. Guilty no matter what? You think they got the jury? Do you think they got the jury on board? You think the jury's on board? Let's go back. Let's go back. All right. So De Niro is still trending. Hollywood. Is Hollywood trending because of De Niro? Yeah. Whoops. Yo, who plays tonight? Don't the Dallas Mavericks play tonight? And I think what's the name plays tonight? Yeah, today 8:30 p.m. Dallas versus Minnesota. This could be the sweep. This could be the sweep tonight. I'm gonna watch that. And isn't Caitlin Clark playing tonight? Who she play for? Fever. What's her next game? Cause I saw a nerd said something. Sparks versus Indiana. Who they playing? Who's on the Sparks? Cameron Brink. Oh, that's who what's the name was talking about. That's who what's the name was talking about. Oh, okay. Cameron Brink. Isn't she a rookie too? Yeah, they said, isn't this like the pretty Caitlin Clark or something like that? I think that's what the internet said. This is like the pretty version of Caitlin Clark. It's gonna be a good game. Damn, that motherfucker look like a goddamn man. I seen video, they was beating Angel Reese up. If you think men are vicious in sports, wait till you see the girls play sports. When women play sports, they don't care. They don't care. I got Jeff Charles. Hold on. Uh-huh.
Hey, brother, what's up?
Jeff Charles.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's up, bro? Can you hear me?
Yeah, there might be a little delay on my end, though, because I'm out in
You out in the middle of nowhere, ain't you?
Yep.
Oh, my Lord. Listen, I wanted to get your insight on what's going on with the Libertarian Party.
Okay. I don't even know where to start. Are you talking about the Trump thing, or are you talking about
Nah, I don't care. I don't care about the Trump thing. That's fluff. I want to know, about the party, the nomination, and who's upset. Should he be the nominee? Should he not be the nominee?
Wow. Okay. So it kind of, a lot of this started a couple, when the Mises Caucus took over the Libertarian. That really disrupted a lot of stuff. Mises Caucus are more like right-leaning libertarians. So, I mean, that caused a lot of resentment. They took over a lot of the state parties and also the national party. And there was a lot of bad blood about it. I know you're familiar with Dave Smith. So Michael Heiss, who founded this caucus, they were really going to Smith to run for president and try to get the Libertarian nomination. Dave Smith decided not to, for family reasons, so they put up a guy named Michael Rechtenwald, who's a professor. But there were also other candidates running as well. Some more left-leaning, some more centrist, and others, and one, at least one other who was more right-leaning. But Chase Oliver winning the nomination. So now it's kind of the same thing. There's a lot of that, but this time on the Mises side because they were expecting to. So Chase Oliver, he's a little controversial, but not really. I think he's just more controversial because he's more left-leaning. So in the Libertarian Party, you have that whole right-left split, and there's a lot of tribalism going on, kind of like between Republicans and Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what's going on now. So a lot of the bad blood against Chase Oliver, it's mine. People on the ground don't care as much as usual, but that's kind of where it stands. So, yeah, I mean, you've probably seen on Twitter, people are talking about his sexuality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And not being a real libertarian, which, yeah, they say about everything. So,
but I seen his tweets, though. The tweets is real, right?
Yeah. So in the past, he had supported Obama before he became a libertarian. As far as the vax stuff goes, some lies being told about that. He doesn't support vaccines from the government. But like any other libertarian, if you own a business, that's your freedom. You have the right to do with it what you want. So that's kind of where he's at.
But he supports the trans athletes.
So on the trans stuff, it's a little bit more nuanced than that. He doesn't support surgery for kids. He does believe that when it comes to like the puberty blockers, that should be up to the parents. He disagrees with schools doing that to people's backs, stuff like that. But he believes it should be up to the parents. Oh, can you still hear me?
Nope. Say that last part again.
Oh, how about now?
There we go.
Okay. So basically his stance is that it should be left up to the parents. So he opposes schools trying to facilitate transing minors, especially behind parents' backs. He opposes surgery, but as far as the blockers goes, he's more open to that as long as its parents want. That's one area where I disagree with him, but I don't think that he knows all the science behind it yet. So there could be a chance
where do you stand on
that. But yeah. I think the puberty, I've written a lot about it. In some cases, they can be reversed. So when they say it's reversible, that's not it depends on how long they're on them. If they're on them for time, it has some consequences, especially become adults. And really is not a lot of data on it, although that aging is in London and using out. And I think that in at least enough cases, it does more harm than good. But there's so much different propaganda out there about it that a lot of people don't understand what these things do. Think that the puberty blockers can be reversed. There's also the issue that most kids who are dealing with gender dysphoria, like 80-90% of them grow out of it without having to use any type of medical treatment. So they're not really as nutty as they seem.
Okay. So are you in favor of government banning them for children?
I would say, at least for right now, unless they can show that they actually have a benefit, I don't think that they should be putting kids through that.
So you agree with a government adding a ban?
I don't think I support it at the federal level. If we were to support a ban, and I'd have to see what the actual ban would look like, it would have to be like at the state level.
So you would support a state level ban?
Yeah, possibly, depending on the case, at least and actually figure out whether those treatments are okay or not.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. We'll be on the Twitter Spaces in about 15 minutes with Goldstein. We're going to be talking about political party infiltration, specifically libertarians. Would love to have you come guest speak over there if you're available. I know you're a superstar now, and you run Red State and You got a big podcast, but you know, if you got a little time for us little people, I mean, we over there, baby.
Yeah, I'll try to pop in for a few minutes. I have a ton of writing to do, but I'll see if I can pop in. I don't know how long you're going to be going, but if you're still going when I can catch you, I'll pop in for a bit.
All right, appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
Latest. That's Jeff Charles. Yeah, let me put his profile on the screen. Jeff Charles, at Jeff Charles Jr. Jr. on X. He's a writer for Red State, Daily Caller, and Newsweek Opinion. He has a podcast called A Fresh Perspective Podcast. And he does satire as well. His satire is really, really good. All of his writing is really, really good. But you can, looks like you can subscribe to his Substack here as well, Chasing Liberty. Shout out to Jeff Charles. Said this guy is in the know in LP. Must be upper class LP. I don't see that on the ground. I'm not exactly sure. You know, I know he's new to libertarianism. He's very new to it. And I think maybe a year or two, because before he was a MAGA grifter. You know what I mean? Call a spade a spade. He was out there grifting on the MAGA with me. He was a MAGA grifter. And then I think somewhere maybe 2020 or something like that, he, you know, got near Chad and Chad converted him. You know, Chad's always the catalyst for converting people. But I'm thinking about what Jeff Charles said. Obviously, there'd be an outright ban in Hotepistan. I'm trying to think if I would support a ban. I think I would support a state-level ban on puberty blockers, unless there was some sort of medical emergency, right? You know, for some reason, you know, the hormones in your body are acting up and you need some hormone therapy or some shit like that. You know, I don't know how this stuff goes, but I think I might even support a federal ban, although it would be really bad. It'll be a really poorly written bill. It'll be an omnibus bill, and it'll give them more rights that extend beyond that which they're trying to legislate against. So it would be a huge no for me, probably at the federal level. State level, it's still kind of like a no, but I think I would support one. Again, all contingent upon how the bill is written, right? So the poll went up, and we got 74% saying their prediction for the Trump trial is not guilty. Jeff Charles said, this is 100% where I would diverge from libertarianism. Ban anything that is anti-nature. Yeah, like them chickens, them factory chickens, we banning all of that, yo. We banning all of that. But shout out to Jeff Charles. Make sure you follow me over on the X app. I'll be there with Goldstein in just a moment. We're going to go into Twitter space. We're going to talk political party infiltration and much, much more. So I'll see y'all over there, man. Shout out to the Cash Appers. I'm sorry, the Super Chatters. Rudy the Vet, Joe Music. Joe Music said, Toes in a real one. I'm going to check it out. Hotep Daxter and Jay Pylon, appreciate you. Shout out to my Rumblers Rumbler. She said we still live under a shady monarch. Shout out to Kay over on Rumble, appreciate you. But I'm gonna get out of here, get ready for the Twitter spaces. I'll see y'all over there shortly, man. As always, be well, stay merry, tell somebody in your family that you love them, and Hotep and Bill.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,